All right, and welcome into the BettingPros College Football Show. Week 4 will soon be upon us, and we are once again getting invested with our top parlays for the occasion. I'm your host, Seth Woolcock, joined by some big game hunters, Scott Bogman and Terrell Furman Jr. And real quick reminder to please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy this type of content, and make sure you're subscribing to the channel if you're new here. And before we get into the week 4 plays, let's look back at how we did in week number 3. Terrell, oh so close with your 3-legger plus 602. You got LSU right. You got Vandy on the upset right, but you couldn't fade Mario Cristobal hard enough, and it fell just short there once again.
Yeah, you know what? And it's also a good teaching moment, and it's good to know that, this is why you play the legs individually. And so another 2-1 week for me. And so when I look at the bankroll, I don't feel bad because I'm up a couple of dollars because I was able to get back the parlay and the lost funds, but in the 2 wins. But man, I would love for just one of those big juicy weeks to come through, and it's just one team that continues to mess it up.
Bogman, for you, man, it was an 0-3 week in the parlay. Colorado against Houston, Kansas State against Arizona, and then Georgia and Tennessee on the under. We're going to bounce back, though. We're going to keep swinging here, man.
Yeah, I'm like Mark McGuire. I'm not here to talk about the past. We're here to talk about the future, right? Listen, I couldn't have been more wrong about Georgia, Tennessee. 998 yards of offense in that damn game. It just seemed to me that Joey Aguilar looked good, and I ignored it because he was a turnover happy guy at App State, and that ruined me. So Arizona played comeback, just couldn't get there, and I definitely underestimated the quit in Colorado because they quit on Ryan Staub real quick. So, and they weren't dead in that game until the fourth quarter either. So those both made me watch them till the fourth quarter, and at least the Georgia Tennessee game was over midway through the second. I knew this game already is 31 points. I'm done. I don't need to worry about getting the under. I can ignore this game for the rest of the day. It was an awesome game, right? But I was mad at it. But we're going to be better. I'll hit at least one of these this week. And by the way, if you are following my parlays, you're still up money because of the one that did hit.
There you go. Yeah, you could be at, minus 100% ROI like I am after laid the points big with Iowa State. They barely beat Arkansas State. I laid the points big with Buffalo. Kent State decided to show up for the first time in about 3 years, so that was awesome as well. But like I said earlier, we're gonna keep swinging because that's what we
Sub's
do
getting
here.
On the board today. I'm calling it. Sub's getting on the board.
I feel good. I feel good about it, honestly.
I'm not gonna lie. I dipped down into the sheet, and I was like, ugh. Seth is agreeing with one of my teams. I don't know if I want to be on that right now. But then I was like, no. I feel like that we can carry this, and we can carry Seth to a win here because we like this
I was
team.
so bad on Friday that I tailed one of Seth's bets on Saturday, and I ruined it for him. That was my fault. So apologies, Seth. So
let's keep it moving. Let's get into week 4. No time like the present. And Terrell, what do you have for your parlay of the week for number 4 of the season heading into CFB action?
All right, let's get into it. Kansas versus West Virginia. West Virginia just had, the moment of all moments in a game where nobody was giving them any credit. They just looked terrible against Ohio the week before, and they go to the backyard brawl. And it's not just the fact that they won the game. It's how they won the game and the fact that they should not have won that game.
Yep.
You're telling me that this West Virginia team is going to get back up in a week's time and be able to go to Kansas in this new stadium and be able to get up? Absolutely not. We all agree that this West Virginia team is horrible. Nothing changed that because they beat their rival.
They were still
Pitt.
Switching quarterbacks all game against Pitt.
Unreal. There is no reason to think that West Virginia is ever going to be in this game against Kansas. I think Kansas is going to lay it on them. So give me Kansas laying 13.5 here. And then I'm going with the Oklahoma Sooners. I told you in the beginning of the season, I like this OU team. I think they're going to be good. The defense is it. And if you're telling me that Jackson Arnold's going to go play Brett Venables' defense and come out with a clean sheet, absolutely not. I think that there's going to be turnovers. It's going to be an ugly game. And OU's going to do what they need to do. And Mateer's going to carry the offense enough. So I like OU laying the 6.5. And then, the last leg needs no explanation. Give me my Utah Utes to get it done. Best team in the Big 12. I think they're going to go out, and this is the beginning of the run Texas Tech 0-6 straight up, 0-6 ATS in their last 6 road Big 12 openers. And Utah, they haven't been in this conference long, but they've been very, very good when they get into conference play. Been 7-0 on their last 7 openers for the Utah Utes. I like them to get it done, laying a 3 here. So Kansas laying 13.5, OU laying 6.5, Utah laying 3. That's going to play out plus 590.
A little plus 590 action, almost 6-1 for our boy Terrell. Boggs and I's parlays are coming right at you, but first, a quick reminder that you can score yourself 6 months of BettingPros Premium on the house for free. Just make a deposit and place your wager at any of our partner sportsbooks. Premium gives you access to tools like Sharp AI, our betting systems, the prop bet cheat sheet, and of course, the same game parlay builder. All the tools you need to bet smarter, not harder this college football season. Claim your upgrade now at bettingpros.com/premium. All right, Boggs, you're back in the batter box. What do you have for us here in week 4?
Yeah, look, I'm going to go with the U as well, but I'm going to go with the U of Miami, minus 7.5, hosting the Florida Gators. And I know that's not Terrell's move there, but look, he's taking Oklahoma, who I hate. I'm taking Miami, who he hates. Like, as long as we all win, that's all that matters here. And I think Florida's just playing some really bad football right now. And I know, like you said, Terrell, the turnovers don't travel from week to week, but the bad quarterback play has traveled from week to week for Lagway. It's gone from the swamp to Miami here, and I think it's going to keep going. And look, Carson Beck has just been great this year. Like, I know we don't really like Carson Beck, and we don't want to put our money behind him or Cristobal, and I understand that. But this team has looked good, and they've looked way better than Florida, and specifically the defensive side of the ball for Florida. They're putting no pressure on the quarterback right now. So I'm on the Hurricanes here. So maybe I'm being a silly goose. And yes, Florida's a great team, great roster in the SEC that can bow up. They just aren't doing it right now. And it seems like this might be where Napier gets fired. So we'll see. Let's go Missouri minus 9.5 as well. We're threading this needle on Hard Rock Bet because this was 13.5 earlier. Then it's dropped to, like 11.5 or 10.5 on a lot of books. But at Hard Rock, we're getting it under double digits at 9.5. So this game is just, this Missouri offense looks like it's unstoppable right now. And South Carolina is a strong roster that has not played well, specifically on offense. Lenore Sellers, I would say, is probably less than 50% to play this game with a concussion right now. And the defensive losses for South Carolina are actually looking to be really tough for them to find replacements. TJ Sanders, Tonka Hemingway, Kyle Kennard, Demetrius Knight, Nick Emin-Worry, right? So they still have Dylan Stewart, who's great, but they lost so much NFL
one-man
talent.
wrecking crew,
from this defense last year that I'm just, the way Missouri's offense is playing with Bo Pribula right now, I have to rely on them. And then I'm going to go back to the Fresno State Bulldogs. Now, look, you can do this either way. I switched this, okay? Because the line is 2.5. So I said, Fresno State's going to Hawaii. You know, it's a late game. It's an 11 local kickoff for Fresno State because it's a late one in Hawaii. But let's just go with the over here because since Alejado has been down for Hawaii, Weaver has been throwing the ball well for them. And I think Fresno State's going to be able to score against this bad Hawaii defense as well. And the total's kind of low. It's 47.5. I know it's a late game. Sometimes you get lazy on those. Freeman didn't play. The leading receiver for Fresno State didn't play in the last game, but it seems like all reports are saying he's going to be up for this one because that one was against Southern. They didn't need him. They need him against Hawaii, specifically if Hawaii's offense is going to look better with Weaver here. So, yeah, let's go over 47.5, or you can just take Fresno on the money line. And I think this flips from with the over, it is plus 568, and with the money line on Fresno State, it's plus 509. So either way you want to cut that game, I'm okay with. I just like the over because it gets us a little bit better on this line.
So Boggs will be going into the wee hours of the night to figure out whether his 5-1 parlay cashes. I'll tell you, if there was an over-under on whether I'm going to make it that late into the night, I will never take the over. I am not that person anymore. I do not make it to that time on Saturday night. I am well asleep. So we'll look forward to waking up on Sunday morning, Boggs, and seeing that hopefully cash for you. And for me, boys, I'm going with a 2-leg skinny parlay plus 159 right now. And look, it's that time of year where we're all watching football. We're all maybe consuming a couple adult beverages while we're doing so, maybe eating some greasy food like pizza, buffalo chicken dip. So we're keeping it skinny here. We're keeping a little salad type venture for you. And for leg number 1, give me the Oklahoma Sooners on the money line, minus 240 against the Auburn Tigers.
Come on, Seth.
Look,
Seth.
One of my biggest conclusions drawn from the first month of the season is that I really believe that these Boomer Sooners are legit here. They're a field goal away from being a perfect 3-0 ATS this season. John Mateer at quarterback has been as advertised, 9 total touchdowns, 3 interceptions, leading the conference right now in the SEC in completions and passing yards. Plus, they have a defense that ranks top 5 in total defense. And while they haven't played the best offensive competition, they did hold Michigan to 288 yards, including being just 3 of 14 on 4th downs. I think they'll have a really good defensive outing against someone like Auburn here, who, they, if anyone, should know Jackson Arnold's weakness, and I think that crowd would be very hostile towards him in his return to Norman. So I'm really, really excited for that. And Auburn, while they've been better under Arnold, they still didn't cover against Ball State. They still didn't cover against Alabama. And the best defense they face is Baylor, which is not a good defense at all. So give me Brent Venables to get the best of his former triggerman. And in leg 2, we're going back to the well, baby. Toledo Rockets, minus 13.5, minus 120 against the Western Michigan Broncos. And I guess I should have never got off the Toledo Rockets, right? Terrell and I were right there in week 1 against Kentucky. And they're just one of 20 teams right now in the country that are undefeated ATS this season. They kept it within a score against Kentucky. They beat Western Kentucky 45-21 and Morgan State 60-0 as well. The defense flying around right now. And I get that Morgan State is nothing more than a 500 FCS team last year, but they held them, gentlemen, to a combined 56 total yards. That is insane. They neutralize WKU's air raid offense, and they give big Zach Calzada all he could handle in week number 1. So combined, this gives them the 16th ranked total defense. And I've talked about Tucker Gleason before. He's a veteran triggerman under center. And at the same time, he now has a guy next to him in the backfield. We have Kentucky transfer Diamante Traynham. This guy is an absolute unit there for the Rockets. He currently leads the MAC in rushing yards and rushing touchdowns. Western Michigan, meanwhile, we haven't touched much on them at all this season. That's because they're 0-3 straight up. They've scored 6 points combined against the likes of Illinois and Michigan State, which I think Michigan State is a worse team than Kentucky. I think the Toledo Rockets would not Kentucky, Toledo.
I think they beat them outright.
I think Toledo would beat Michigan State outright. I think it'd be a close game. So the Broncos, they're running out this 2 QB system. They've combined for 1 passing touchdown. The defense ranks 88th in total defense. The last time these 2 teams faced was 2023, when Toledo won by 18 points. I think that number will be even higher this go around on Saturday. So again, give me that Toledo Rockets laying 13.5 points on the Western Michigan Broncos. Oklahoma Sooners on the money line against Auburn. That's going to pay you out a nice plus 159. So boys, let's do it.
Listen. If this one doesn't hit, you gotta see a witch doctor.
No, this one seems you gotta so buy obvious. Into it. You gotta buy into it. It just, hey, these are the weekly fades. Like, I'm not gonna lie. If we don't get the OU, if OU doesn't at least win outright, I'm completely looking at you. Like, it's 100%. It's 100% your fault.
Well, I'm here for it. Thank you, everyone, so much for tuning in. That is going to do it for us on this episode of the BettingPros College Football Show. Let us know down in the comments below your favorite Week 4 parlays and which one of us you're tailing or fading, even if that's myself yet again. And while you're here, make sure you're smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel if you're new. For my friends Scott Bogman and Terrell Furman Jr., I'm Seth Woolcock. Take care, y'all.